it's Hannah from Story Kids. Welcome back. I am so happy to have you here. If you've missed any of our recent episodes, you can check down below this video for links to our entire Story Kids playlist as well as just to the whole Story Kids YouTube channel. And if your parents or guardians or another adult would like to check it out, we also have links to our Facebook and Instagram pages where you will find announcements about new Story Kids episodes that are posted. I have so missed getting to see you. I had to take a break from Story Kids last week because I was traveling all around. And if you notice, I am actually not in my usual location today. That's because I am currently not at my house, but I figured that is no reason not to film a Story Kids or two for you. So I have a wonderful story for you today. It was one of my favorites when I was growing up, and I hope you'll enjoy it just as much as I always did. So today we're going to be reading Seeing Stars by Dandi Daley Mackall, illustrated by Claudine Gevry. And this book is all about stars and constellations. That's a really fancy scientific word that I'm sure we're going to learn before this video is over. Let's get started, shall we? In the night, when it's dark, all the world, all the nations, imagine the shapes that we call constellations. First, we start with Polaris. It's the North Star, or it's called the North Star. That star never moves, so we know where we are. So if you've ever looked outside at night, you might notice that there are lots of different stars in the sky. And there's one that is called Polaris, which is right there, and it's called the North Star. And back in the olden days, when we didn't have compasses on our phones or on computers, people used to use Polaris, there's another picture of Polaris, to figure out where they were, because they would be looking and they would say, oh, there's Polaris, it never moves, so I know where I am. Next, find the Big Dipper in 7 stars there. It's part of a shape that we call the Great Bear. I'll bet Little Dipper could scoop up the air, and sometimes it goes by the name Little Bear. So constellations are basically shapes that you can see within organizations of stars. So the two maybe most famous constellations are Big Dipper and Little Dipper. And sometimes they call the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper the Big Bear and the Little Bear. And you can see sort of the outline they make sort of kind of looks like a bear. And in this beautiful illustration we also have some real life bears under the bears that are made of stars. Pretty cool, huh? Here's Taurus the bull. Can you see his red eye? Just look for his face and his horns in the sky. Is it M? Is it W? Both can be seen. Who is the star of the heavens? Cassiopeia the queen. So here we have Taurus the bull, and I'll zoom the picture in so that you can see his red eye right there. And there's Cassiopeia the queen. And over here we see pictures of how those shapes came to be. So people saw the shape of a bull and the shape of the queen's arms in the stars. So I know here at Story Kids we love to talk about the illustrations in books, but I always thought it was really, really cool that people for hundreds of years have been seeing shapes and pictures in stars, because that shows us that art is all around us. It's even a part of nature, and it's just a matter of whether we choose to look at it, choose to see it. Pretty neat, huh? Let's continue on. Cygnus the swan is a wonderful sight. To find it, just look for a cross in the night. A square and a triangle. Pegasus, of course. Look up in the sky. It's the flying winged horse. So there is Cygnus the swan. You see sort of a swan shape. And there's Pegasus the horse. And you see, I'm going to hold this a better way. You see sort of a horse shape. There's Draco the dragon. Just follow his trail. He prowls in the sky with his long, curvy tail. A backward question mark forms his head. It's Leo the lion with stars for a bed. So do we see the dragon and the lion? There they are. And you might notice that some of these constellations have their names doubled as astrological signs. So if you've ever heard people talking about, oh, I'm a Leo, I was born in August, or I'm a Taurus, some of those come from these same names. Pretty cool. Sirius, the dog star, so bright in the sky, forms part of the big dog, little dogs nearby. 3 stars for a belt and a knife shining bright. It's Orion the hunter who shines in the night. So there's Sirius the dog. This is Sirius the dog. I was right the first time. And here's Orion the hunter. And these are the 3 stars that are a belt. In my opinion, Orion the hunter is always the easiest constellation in the sky to find in the sky. At least from where I live, I can always see his little belts in the sky. The 3 stars all in a line. You're never alone when the stars are in view. Just imagine the world that is gazing at you. So keep looking up. Heaven knows what you'll see. The sky tells a story, and you hold the key. And here are all our friends, just like you, just like me, looking at all of these constellations that we found together. So we started out with the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper and the North Star. Remember, that one never moves. There's Draco the dragon, Cygnus the swan, and the big dog, Leo the lion, Orion the hunter, Taurus the bull, Pegasus the flying horse, and Cassiopeia the queen. Pretty beautiful. The end. Did you enjoy seeing stars? I always thought it was a really neat story because we got to learn something about the constellations. We got to look at them and how beautiful they are. And we also got a really cool rhyming story that reminds me a little bit of Dr. Seuss. What do you think? With the Cat in the Hat and Green Eggs and Ham, that same sort of rhyming pattern. We also got to talk a little bit about finding art in nature. So I have a challenge for you. If you go outside tonight and it isn't cloudy, it isn't raining, and you can see the stars, I bet you can sort of either find one of the pictures that we saw today, maybe find Orion's belt or find Taurus's red eye, or try to be creative and make a constellation of your own. See if you can do a connect the dots in your brain and draw a very new picture. Maybe we'll make a sequel to Seeing Stars and your picture will be in it. So that's my challenge for you today. I hope you enjoyed Seeing Stars by Dandi Daley Mackall. And until next time, I'm Hannah from Story Kids. Keep on reading, everybody. Bye-bye.